Last year, I met a 73-year-old woman in a Prague hostel who'd been traveling for 8 months straight. When I admitted I struggled to afford more than 2 weeks away each year, she showed me her daily expense tracker, $38 a day. Meanwhile, my stay at a Hilton across town was costing me $240. The astonishing part, she wasn't sacrificing comfort or safety. She was simply traveling smarter. That conversation launched me into months of research, and what I discovered can fundamentally change how you think about travel after 55. Let's start with the numbers, because inspiration alone won't buy a plane ticket. Budget travel after 55 is entirely possible on $50 to $80 a day per person, excluding your international flights. Here's the breakdown. Accommodation in a private room or apartment, $20 to $40. Food, using a mixed approach, $20 to $30. Local transport and activities, $10 to $20. These aren't just theoretical, they're numbers I've tested across 32 countries over the past 3 years. Accommodation is where the revolution has quietly happened. Booking.com isn't just for hotels anymore. Filter for guest houses or apartments, and you'll often see prices drop by 60%. My process is simple. Set your non-negotiables first, like a private bathroom or ground floor, and then sort by price. Look for the sweet spot just above the cheapest options. That extra $10 a night usually buys a huge jump in comfort and safety. Focus on reviews from the last 3 months and pay close attention to mentions from older travelers. The real game changer is monthly rentals. That $60 nightly apartment? Book it for a month and you'll often pay $1,200 total, slashing your nightly cost in half. Use Airbnb's monthly stay filter or reach out to owners directly through local Facebook groups. Let them know you're a mature, quiet tenant. This can actually work in your favor. I've negotiated 40% discounts just by offering to pay up front and promising to treat the property well. Food is another area where strategy trumps sacrifice. Never eat all 3 meals in restaurants. Here's the formula. Buy breakfast supplies at local markets for about $3, bread, cheese, fruit, yogurt. Make lunch your main restaurant meal when fixed-price menus are available. In Spain, the Menu del Dia offers 3 courses for 8 to 12 euros. In France, the plat du jour frequently includes wine. In Asia, lunch specials are half the price of dinner. For dinner, cook simple meals or grab takeaway from neighborhood spots. This system cuts food costs by 70% and actually deepens your cultural experience. Most travelers hemorrhage money on transportation. That $60 taxi from the airport, the train costs $8. Download Rome to Rio to see every transport option between any 2 points, and Citymapper for major cities worldwide. Uber is often half the price of regular taxis, but public transport can cost 1/10 of Uber. Many cities offer senior discounts few people know about. In Paris, anyone over 60 rides for half price. In London, it's free after 66. You just have to ask at the information desk. When it comes to flights, airlines play games, but you can win. Tuesday at 3 p.m. is statistically the cheapest time to book. Always clear your cookies between searches or use incognito mode since sites track your interest and hike prices. In Europe, budget airlines are a bargain if you follow their rules. Pack light, bring your own food, and pay the small fee for seat selection. For long-haul flights, calculate the true cost. Those bargain fares can double with luggage fees and transfers to remote airports. Here's a financial hack that can save you hundreds. Open a Charles Schwab checking account. They reimburse all ATM fees worldwide. Pair this with a Capital One credit card that has no foreign transaction fees. Between the two, you'll stop bleeding money on every withdrawal and purchase. For longer stays, use Wise.com for currency transfers. And never exchange cash at airports or hotels. The rates are terrible. Find a bank ATM and withdraw larger amounts less frequently, always opting to be charged in local currency. Your technology toolkit doesn't have to be complicated. Download Google Translate with offline languages and Maps.me or Google Maps offline for navigation without data charges. The Booking.com app is perfect for last-minute deals. XE Currency gives instant conversions. WhatsApp provides free international communication. TripIt keeps your itinerary organized. Master these 6 app IPs and you're set for 90% of travel situations. Here's an advanced strategy few people discuss. Only book accommodation for your first 3 nights. Prices often drop for walk-ins or last-minute bookings. Join Booking.com's Free to Genius program to get 10 to 15% discounts. After finding a place on a booking platform, check the property's direct website. They often offer better rates to avoid commission. Use Google Flights Calendar View to spot the cheapest dates and set price alerts, but don't obsess. A $20 difference isn't worth the stress. Senior discounts are everywhere, but rarely advertised. Always ask. Whether it's museums, transport, hotels, restaurants, or attractions, many offer 10 to 50% off for seniors. An international senior citizen card costs $30 and pays for itself quickly. In many countries, simply showing your passport to prove you're over 60 is enough. I've saved thousands just by asking, do you have a senior rate? Travel insurance doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. Basic coverage for a month is about $100. Safety Wing offers rolling monthly coverage ideal for longer trips. Some premium credit cards include travel insurance. Check yours before buying extra coverage. While Medicare doesn't cover you abroad, many countries offer excellent care at reasonable prices. I once paid €80 for an emergency room visit in Portugal. The same care would have cost thousands in the U.S. Choosing the right destinations can double your travel time for the same budget. Eastern Europe offers Western comfort at a fraction of the price. Portugal and Greece are the cheapest Western European options. Southeast Asia remains unbeatable for value. You can live comfortably on $30 a day. Mexico and Central America are great for North Americans. Avoid Switzerland, Norway, and Iceland unless your budget is unlimited. Even in expensive countries, smaller cities can cost half as much as the capitals. Timing makes a huge financial difference. Shoulder season, April to May and September to October, is when prices drop 40%, crowds thin out, and the weather is still pleasant. Avoid July and August unless you enjoy paying extra for crowds. Christmas and Easter also spike prices everywhere. Want a secret sweet spot? The second half of January through February, when prices plummet and tropical destinations offer perfect weather. Let's address the biggest fear, moving from luxury to budget travel. The first trip will feel uncomfortable. You'll question every saving and be tempted to upgrade at every step. Push through. By day 3, you'll realize the smaller room doesn't matter when you're out exploring all day. Breakfast tastes better on a balcony with a view. The local bus becomes an adventure, not a hardship. By week 2, you'll wonder why you ever paid 5 times more for isolation in tourist bubbles. The social side is transformative. Budget accommodations foster instant community, a breakfast table where travelers share plans, kitchen conversations over coffee, walk-in tours that spark new friendships. Some of my closest friends today came from hostels and guest houses. Age becomes irrelevant when everyone's sharing stories and advice. The best travel tips often come from fellow budget travelers, not guidebooks. Health concerns don't disappear, but they're easy to manage. Pack all medications plus backup in original containers with doctor's notes. Research local medical facilities before you need them and know the emergency number. It's not always 911. Choose accommodations with good cleanliness reviews. Carry hand sanitizer, avoid tap water when unsure, and buy a local SIM card for emergency calls. The biggest shift is realizing that budget travel after 55 isn't about sacrifice. It's about maximizing value. You're not downgrading, you're optimizing. Every dollar saved extends your adventure. That woman in Prague used to take a single luxury cruise each year. Now she travels 8 months for the same cost, seeing more, experiencing more, and living more. The math is simple. Would you rather have 2 weeks at the Four Seasons or 3 months exploring new horizons? Here's my challenge. Book one budget trip, just one. Pick an affordable destination, apply these strategies, and commit to 2 weeks. Track your spending and compare it to your usual travel costs. Notice what really matters to your enjoyment and what's just habit. Savor the freedom, the new friendships, the satisfaction of mastering a new way to travel. Most people who try budget travel after 55 never go back. The tools are all here. The accommodation platforms that cut costs by 60%, the food strategies that save money while deepening your experience, the transport apps that make navigation easy, the senior discounts hiding in plain sight, the cards that eliminate unnecessary fees, and the insurance that gives peace of mind. The only thing left is to take the first step. That 73-year-old in Prague. She's still traveling, averaging $38 a day, proving that your best travel years can also be your most affordable.